What's going on, everybody? I'm Jungle Jordan. Welcome back to the episode of A to Zoo. Today we're talking about a very unique type of primate, lemurs. What is a lemur? Lemurs are a special type of primate called a prosimian, which means they evolved before monkeys and apes. Lemurs are more primitive than other primates. They're missing some key features that we have evolved. Like, for instance, our opposable thumb. We have the ability to grab and grip, whereas they have pseudo-opposable thumbs. They don't have the full range of motion individually of their thumbs on their own. There are over 100 different types of lemurs in the world, and they can only be found in one place, Madagascar, in the islands of Madagascar off the coast of Africa. Now, out of over the 100 different species of lemurs out there, there is one in particular that I find the most interesting. But we have to go all the way to Denver Zoo to find out more about this beautiful creature. Let's go and check it out. All right, you guys, we're back here at the Denver Zoo and the Emerald Forest with Keeper.
I'm Katie Glatfelter.
Katie? Katie. I can't hear apparently, so we're gonna leave this in. Yeah, wonderful. We're gonna keep going.
That's
all right.
cool.
Katie, you work here with primates
Yes.
and a couple other species of animals.
Yeah, so I work mainly with small primates, marmosets, tamarins, prosimians, which are lemurs, old world monkeys, which you can see if you go around this corner, and then we have a few small mammals in here too. We have an anteater, tamandua, and then a small Asian tricolored squirrel.
So I was looking off screen just now because we had a little discussion about how to say that name.
Tamandua,
I always say tamandua, but I used to have this coworker that would pronounce it tamandua. And because she was very proper and she said that's how they pronounce it wherever they're from, I don't know if I believe that. I think she just wanted to sound right. So, tamandua.
I say tamandua.
Whatever. Okay.
But you can say however you want.
We're not here to talk about tamanduas today. We're here for a very specific reason, talking about lemurs.
Yes.
Very specifically, a lemur that I have never seen in my life until today, thanks to you. All over my shirt, we have the eye.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about eyes.
So we have three here, and we're one of just a couple institutions in the country that has them. I could be wrong on my statistics now, but I think there are only 23 or so in captivity.
Wow.
So they live in Madagascar. That's the only place you can find them in the world, and they're pretty much all over the island. And they are very nocturnal, so you only see them at night. Here at the zoo, we have them in a nocturnal exhibit. So what we do is we have the lights on in their exhibit at night, and then the lights go off at 10. And that's when they wake up, so that way we can see them in their more natural environment.
So they are a lemur.
Yes.
They are a lemur.
Yes.
And so what separates them though from other lemurs?
Not much.
They're just cool.
They're cool.
But they're all cool.
They are. I love lemurs. But some cool adaptations that they have that other lemurs don't have is they have a really long middle finger that they use actually to tap wood. And then they can hear bugs inside of the wood. And then once they hear those bugs, they can use the finger then to kind of bore into the wood. So that's something that other lemurs don't have. They also have much larger ears. And I think they look like they have larger eyes. I don't know if that's actually accurate.
I feel like I agree with you on that. I've worked with a couple different species of lemurs, and these guys, they're completely different to me. And it was really shocking just to see them in this cool night exhibit. I haven't seen a nighttime exhibit in a long time, and I love that because they're basically on almost a reverse cycle.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. All right. So we also have a male named Smeagol, and he is on the same light cycle that we are on, and we do that so that he's on the reverse light cycle of the females. And the reason for that is the males like to live by themselves other than to come with a female to breed. So if we had them both awake at the same time, they would hear each other and it would potentially agitate him. So during the day when the lights are on, he is asleep and the females are awake, and then that switches. So all tons of different light cycles going on.
So I saw today you're passing out enrichment right now to the females on exhibit. What exactly were you giving them?
So those are some really cool boxes that are specifically designed for eyes. So they're a metal box with a wooden plank over it, and the idea is that they'll use that finger so they can tap. There's worms inside of it, and when they tap the wood, they can hear the worms. And what they'll normally do is then start boring through the wood. So usually when we take it out, the wood just has all sorts of holes drilled into it, which is pretty cool.
So we had to ask off camera, you guys, because I was really curious, because I know there's a specific term for that behavior. And the term that we found was percussion forager, which we hadn't heard that term before. Nope. And you know your stuff.
It sounds right.
So it sounds right. I mean, you think about like a drum, right? Like percussion. And I almost thought it was a type of echolocation, almost like bats, right?
I guess you could technically say it is, because they are using the sound and they are using the vibrations. So
it works. So they're basically just bats in the tree.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Bats with a finger.
Yeah, right. Weird. Again, it was mentioned a little earlier that, I had never seen an eye before an exhibit, and you said there's only about 20 in
20-something,
facilities across the nation. Mm-hmm. So how are their numbers in the wild? What does this mean for the species?
Yeah, so most lemurs are either endangered or critically endangered. I think there are only a couple of species that aren't. A big thing that the eyes have a problem with that other lemurs don't is because they're a little weird looking, they get some negative reputation because of that. So they can be culturally considered a bad omen if you are to see them in Madagascar. So something that can happen to them that doesn't often happen to other lemurs is they can be purposefully killed just for the sake of being bad luck, which is, I know, something that barn owls have a lot of trouble with here in the States, but then they also do suffer from habitat loss, which is the main thing that all lemurs are facing right now. Their habitat is just disappearing like crazy out there.
So, to switch gears a little bit and not to be too negative, but this is a very important situation,
Totally.
right? So, you are doing what you can with the lemurs and, eyes here specifically. So what do the eyes mean to you?
I mean, I just think they're so unique, right? I mean, you see lemurs at a lot of different facilities. Eyes you really don't see. I'd never seen them before coming here. I'd never worked with them before coming here. So to me, they're just special because they're different, and I think that's kind of to be celebrated about them. And
it's great being different.
Yeah.
It's like I am different. We're all different. It's good to be different. Be who you want to be, right?
And I think they're important because outside of a zoo, who would know what an eye is here? It's pretty unusual.
The cameraman right there had no idea, right?
Right.
And now they're one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
And I think that we get a lot of people who come to the zoo here who come back to see the eyes. They're their favorite animals to see. Little kids run up to me and want to see the eyes, and I feel like if they didn't come to the zoo, they wouldn't have that opinion and they wouldn't have that experience. So to me, it's just a really good conservation story, and kind of to show that they're weird looking, but they're cool and they're beautiful. So we love them.
It's cool to be weird.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for
Sure.
your time today and showing us the eyes. They're absolutely beautiful and literally a bucket list item knocked down for me. That was like, you can see I was prepared, and oh my God, that's it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right, well, take care.
Cool, thanks.